This was at a Bret Michaels show. Bret Michaels, do we agree that Bret Michaels, everything in his camp these days should be professional?
Yeah,
yes?
top of the line, yes.
Yes, everything should look right. Everything should be right. Everything should just be right. Look at this shit. This is the sign. This is what they put up for a $400 to $600 meet and greet. No printed sign. Shouldn't this be better than this?
Well,
am I making too much out of this?
Well, this has less to do with Bret Michaels himself and more to do with the venue or the promoter.
I disagree 1,000%.
All right. Well, if Bret Michaels had stepped in and said, if you're going to advertise the meet and greet, you need to have this sign. But this is the promoter grabbing a piece of paper out of the the club office and just scrolling something on there with a Sharpie.
Yeah, but does Bret not have a manager that looks at this and says, that's not going to do it?
Well, knowing Bret a little bit that as I do,
yeah,
I don't think he has a manager. I
think he doesn't have a manager.
I think he kind of probably runs the show himself.
Okay,
because that's an added expense.
Mm.
But who knows? The venue wherever this was. He agreed to a meet and greet, and he probably never really stipulated, signage or anything.
No, he probably didn't. But I mean, this is the same guy, and again with the social fucking media, Bret Michaels. If you look at his social media and you just scroll through it, you see picture after picture after picture after picture of him on private planes. So this guy that's making enough money to afford to travel the world in a private plane, and admittedly, Bret has made a ton of money, and I don't begrudge him the money. I'm saying if you can afford to fly on a private plane every night, you can afford a $69 printer.
Yeah.
That has a sign that you need to hang up at your merch booth.
Well, he's not doing this. This is the promoter doing this. This is the club owner doing this.
Dude, you wouldn't allow this if you were doing a show at the Hi-Fi and we were selling Meet Neeley and Chris and take a photo.
Yeah, I would.
Billy showed up with this sign. Right. You would crumble that fucking shit up and you would be like, it's either done professionally or it's not done.
But again, you're assuming Bret is looking hands-on with all this stuff.
I'd assume somebody in the club would look on and say,
no somebody in the club isn't going to look out for Bret.
How about just the guy that's selling the T-shirts? Where is that guy to say, you know what, I'm traveling with Bret. He's much more of a pro than this.
The person who sells the merch, they don't work for Bret. They do. No, they don't.
I think they do.
No, I know this for a fact. Right. I'm not speaking for Bret personally. I'm just know this for a fact. Mm-hmm. When these bands come into town, they give a merch person locally $50 or $100 to sell the merch. They're not bringing a merch person with them. They bring the merch with them, and then they have like a local person, somebody who is either associated with the venue or somebody, and go, hey, you want to sell the merch? I'll give you $150 or whatever to sell this.
No.
And that's how they do it.
I think it's different from band to band because I know one girl for a fact that travels.
Okay.
And does it for like Lamb of God and
Laguna
Coil and
I'm thinking that Bret is a little cheap.
I don't think this cheap.
I don't think he'll spend the money, to be honest.
Well, maybe, but how can he be this cheap? This is so lame.
but just knowing what I know about the previous meet and greets, you know what Bret used to do meet and greets for?
What?
$50.
Well, he's raised that rate.
Yeah, it's 400 now and 600 for a couple. But
spending $600, don't you expect a son of a bitch?
Back in the day when you had an issue with Bret with Big John and all that other shit, this was in the early 2000s. His meet and greet rate was $50. So I know that for a fact. Just ridiculous. I can't hear you. You're muted now. Nope, you're still muted. What the heck happened, Chris? You and your shit. I'm gonna have to raise our locals page to $10
Please.
$10 a month. There you go.
It's not their fault that my computer's acting like a fucking asshole tonight.
Yeah. But I know for a fact that back in the early part of the 2000s, his meet and greet rate was $50.
Yeah, well, I just look at this and I'm just saying $400 to $600. This is unacceptable.
Well, again,
you would never see Gene Simmons accept this.
No, but
never.
But again, it depends on how hands-on and how much he's involved with the details. He may have gotten lazy. It's just like, well, I kind of expect the venue to kind of, advertise that.
It just seems so beneath. And again, I'm not even a fan of Bret Michaels.
I know I know you're not a fan at all.
I'm not trying to defend him in any way. I'm just trying to say this is so far beneath a band that last year was playing stadiums. And now he's doing handwritten paper notes to make $400 to $600 a hit. That's fucking lame.
Yeah. Well, guarantee you that did not come from the Bret camp. That came from the venue he's playing at. Mm-hmm. Somebody in the venue office grabbed a piece of notebook paper and scrawled that out and taped it out there at the merch booth.
Fucking bad job out of whoever.
Yeah, but that's how it goes. And I guarantee you, Bret is not traveling with a merch person. Mm-hmm. He has his merch shipped to the club, right? Out on a table. They have one of their girls, behind the merch table, and then they scrawled that out on a piece of notebook paper and taped it up there.
Right.
That's how it works.
Yeah, it's just pathetic. Pathetic.
Costs nothing.
Yep. And I think on that lousy note, I think we're done.
All right.
What do you think?
It's been, despite the technical difficulties, it's been a fun show. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun.
It went very quickly as usual.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun, and I think most of our fans probably got a little chuckle here and there too.
Oh, I'd say so.
All right. We're going to get out of here. Chris is going to work on the technical stuff tomorrow.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll get that ironed out by next week.
Hope so.
Otherwise, I'm going to have to fire my friend Chris.
Oh, that's fine.
I've known him for 28 years, so I'm going to have to tell him he's going to have to hit the road because he just can't get his video shit together.
That's fine. I've earned it.
Fuck you, you suck.
That's right.